Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Great Western Trail. In the first two videos, I talked you through how to play the game, what the rules are, what the iconography means. I hope you've watched that. If you haven't, that's fine. You can play along with me and see how the game goes. I hope you can see enough of the board. I've covered up a few things I don't think I'm going to need, just so I can fit everything on the screen. I'm trying to do this with static cam this time. So please comment below if you prefer the static cam or the moving cam, so that I can make sure that I'm doing what's best for the most of you. I've got the game set up for a two-player game, yellow versus white. Yellow shall be start player, and we start by selecting where on the board we wish for the first thing to happen. So, looking at the cards, yellow has an extra white cow that he's going to need to get rid of, and white has an extra black cow that he's going to need to get rid of. So, with that in mind, yellow's actually going to start right down the bottom where he can get rid of that white cow straight away for 2 extra coins. And I'll put his coins right at the top there. He starts with 6 coins. Start player starts with 6 coins. The second player will start with 7. Okay, so the yellow player has stopped on the first tile down the bottom, which allows him to get rid of his... He's taken the 2 coins already, so he'll discard that white cow. So he's now down to the 5. He can now hire someone for 6 coins, which he's going to do. Now, he'll hire the engineer to start with, which by doing the engineer, he's able to get rid of a grey cow as well and move his certificate down 1. That's the end of his turn, so he'll deal himself back up to the 4 cards. These should normally be closed so not everyone can see them. I'm just leaving them there so everyone can keep track at home with what's happening. But obviously in a regular game, you would keep those in a closed hand. It is now White's turn. White needs to get rid of a black cow. He wants to do some stuff before he gets across the line. So he might actually start here, which will allow him to move his certificate down 1. It will allow him to move his train. So the train should be back at Kansas City. Move his train along to the first spot. Now it's Yellow's turn. Yellow will stop here. He doesn't have a green cow to get rid of to cull from his herd, but he can build, and he's going to build his first building. He has 1 craftsman, so it's a level 1 building, and he's going to use his 2 coins for that building. White will now stop and get rid of that Black Angus into his discard pile. He'll take 2 coins for the privilege of doing so, and he can now purchase one of these 3 cows. How much does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9 coins, so he can purchase one of these cows, and he'll purchase the blue one, which goes into his discard pile and costs him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins back to the bank. Yellow will stop on his own card, which earns him 2 coins because the building that he built is on the tree line. White is going to stop at that top space, which allows him to get rid of 2 of the same card. So he will cull the 2 jerseys, and that gains him 4 coins. He doesn't want to spend any of his money yet to get rid of a hazard because he doesn't see the need to. So he deals himself 2 more cards. He's got an extra Black Angus, but he's at least got a 6, so that'll get him somewhere. Yellow really likes moving that certificate down and wants to move his train forward, so he'll stop there, move his certificate down 1. He has 2 engineers, so he can move 2, 1, 2. Notice the white spot, or where the white train is, doesn't count against that movement. White will now move to there. He might as well just take an extra action, so that'll move his train forward 1 because he has 1 engineer, and then he gets to do something on his player board. So he will actually take this action, which is deal yourself 1 more. That doesn't really help him. He's got to get rid of that, or he could have got rid of the black one, but he's still got a 6, so it doesn't really matter too much to him. Yellow will go 1, 2, 3 to join white. Yellow will move his train forward 2 spots. He has 2 coins, so he can go in there, and he will do that. So it's 1, 2. He'll take that side street to go to the station, pay the 2 coins to build the station And he might remove that top one, so he'll get 2 coins by doing that particular action when he does, and he'll take this. What this token will give him, he gets 2 coins now straight away, but he'll also get 1 bonus point for every worker that he has hired at the end of the game. So at the moment, this tile is worth 1, 2, 3, 4 points to him, and I'm sure will become more valuable as the game goes on. He takes his 2 coins, and we keep moving forward. White now comes to Kansas City. So White will start by putting out the Indian tile. He'll put a craftsman, and he'll put an engineer. That then gets replenished. During the turns, someone who is not actively involved can do this replenishing, just to save a bit of time. Okay, then we go to number 4, which is reveal your herd. So White has 2, 4, 6. He can't count this one. So it's 6. Those cows go into his discard pile. He gains 6 coins for that. He'll take his cows all the way to Colorado Springs, which is a value 6 city. He's going to grab the bonus tile from there and put that up there, and then the white cowboy comes back down to Texas to start again. That's that bottom right hand corner. I know that's not on the screen at the moment, I do apologize, but you'll see him again in a second. Yellow will now come across the line to do the same thing, so he will place another hazard. He will place another 2 potential workers. Then he reveals his hand, and he has a hand of 5 because he can't count this jersey. So he will use one of his certificates to turn that into 6. Put those cards into the discard pile. Take the 6 coins and place a token also on the number 6. Now, when White came across, he should have paid 3 coins to actually be able to make it up to Colorado Springs. Yellow only has 1 stop sign between where he is and Colorado Springs, so he will pay 1 coin to send his cattle there. And then he comes back down to Texas to start again. Okay, before they start again, they will now deal out of what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what White has. White has picked up a whole bunch of jerseys, so that's not much help to him. It's really hard to get rid of those guys. And Yellow has 1 extra of the green cows, but the rest of his hand is pretty solid. Now these guys are trying to get an 8 to get to Santa Fe. If they get anything less than that, they will end up having to either take Wichita, which will give them -1 point at the end of the game, or they could drop down to Topeka and hope that they don't have to take Wichita at a later point. But in essence, they're now trying to get their herd up to a level 8, which is the maximum herd out of your hand plus 1 certificate will get you there. So it is White's turn. Let's keep moving. White needs to hire some guys, so he's going to stop there also, or stop there. He doesn't have a white cow to get rid of for his 2 points, for 2 coins, but he will hire an engineer for 6 coins because he fears that he's going to get left behind, and also hiring that engineer will allow him to get rid of one of these jerseys to move his certificate down 1, which he has just done. He's only got 4 coins, so he can't do a second hire on this particular turn, so he'll turn over his next card, which looks a little better. He's only got 1 jersey now to get rid of to be able to up that, but he really needs the Black Angus to come through his hand for that. Okay, Yellow will also stop and hire. He's not going to get rid of his value 2, his white cow, but he will hire for 6 coins a cowboy. White is going to stop here to build a building. He only has 1 craftsman, so there's only a choice of these 3 buildings that he could build. Now he likes the idea of being able to get rid of a couple of guys really early on. So what he's going to do is build this just there, which will allow him to get rid of two cards that are the same, or two cows that are the same, and then go on and hire some more or buy some more cows. And that will cost him 2 coins. It's now yellow's turn. Yellow needs to stop here to get rid of one of his green cows, and that will get him 2 more coins, which will now give him enough to be able to build with, and he will build up there on the tree line. White's going to have to pay yellow 2 coins to go past, or he could pay the bank 2 coins, 4 coins. He only has 2 coins, which means that if he goes this way, he pays the 2 coins, he never goes into debt. You never go into debt in this game. So he's actually going to do it that way, so that he doesn't have to pay the yellow player. And at this spot, he's able to move his certificate down, and he can now move his train forward 2 spots. Yellow's turn. Yellow will stop here, which will gain him 4 coins, 2 coins for each building on a tree line. White will take his 2 to there to get rid of those 2 Jersey cows for 3 coins, and then that pushes him forward 1 more space. He only has 3 coins and only 1 cowboy, so he's not going to be able to afford to purchase any cows there, so he'll stop there. Yellow's turn. Yellow will stop on this tile, which gives him 1 certificate, and he's able to move his train forward 2 more spots up to the 7. White needs some more cows, so there's 1 of them. He then shuffles his cards and deals himself another 1. Okay, White is going to stop here to get rid of those 2 white cows. This may be a mistake, but let's see what happens. He'll gain 4 coins for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, he won't get rid of the hazards. He's still got 1 too many cows that he needs to get rid of, so he's got to get rid of one of those green ones still. Yellow's turn. Once again, yellow also should have dealt himself 1 more. Okay, yellow has the perfect hand. He doesn't need to get rid of anything else. He has 2 cowboys, so what yellow can do is come through to here and purchase another cow. Well, he's got 2 cowboys, which enables him to purchase one of these guys for 3 coins. So he's going to purchase the blue one for 3 coins. White's turn. White has 1 more chance to get rid of that extra cow, so he's going to go here, which will let him move his train forward 2 spots. He can go into the side track and claim this station, which he will do. It'll cost him 2 coins, so take those 2 out. He will release this one, which will enable him to get another certificate. This tile gives him an infinite certificate, so he gets a +1 every time he gets his cows through to Kansas City. And then for every 2 certificates he still has on his board, at the end of the game he'll get another 3 points. And White can now also do the action on his board, which is take 2 cards and have a look at them. Neither of those are any good to him because he already has all of those cards, so he's going in with a level 5. Yellow is going to 1, 2, and actually come in home. He will place some hazards. So we'll place a hazard up here. He will place another worker there, and rather than putting another worker down, he'll elongate the game and add an Indian TP to the reservation down there. He moves around and reveals that he has a hand of 7 cows. He will use 1 of his certificates to make that an 8, which gets him to Santa Fe. He takes his 8 coins and he will take that up to Santa Fe. Now, because he's claimed both of those cities, he gets the bonus, which is in between there, which is an endgame bonus card. It's saying that he's going to have a token in San Francisco at the end of the game for 5 points. Now that gives him the ability to do a on the map thing, so he's actually going to take the 2 coins that he can do on the map. That's probably about enough for Great Western Trail. I think it gives you an idea of how the game plays. I hope this helps you get Great Western Trail to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm Gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.